Well, imagine sitting in traffic but not having to worry about touching the wheel.
Google has been testing a self-driving car in Austin the last couple of months. It is one of 23 in their fleet that has traveled nearly 2 million miles, more than 1 million of those being controlled by computers. KXAN traffic reporter Amanda Dugan shows us the car you may be seeing driving around town.
Volma Overton heard about the new self-driving Lexus from Google coming to Austin and decided to come see it for himself.
I started realizing that that's going to be a really fun technology to follow. I think it's a lot more efficient than what we have out right now.
Since June, the driverless vehicle has traveled about 1 million miles. Until now, Google tested the vehicle primarily in California, but the company feels it's time to get experience in some new places with different driving environments. That's why Google has tested the self-driving car in Austin for several weeks now. Safety drivers commute with the vehicle and provide feedback about the drive to engineers. Volma says driverless cars like Google's could help ease Austin's traffic troubles.
Especially with people driving and texting and rubbernecking, these vehicles don't do any of that. And this seems to me like a really obvious solution for traffic relief in Austin.
The car is designed to be aware of other vehicles. A LiDAR located on top of the car is able to map out the vehicle's environment. It may not be long before you're watching this vehicle pass by on I-35. In downtown Austin, Amanda Dugan, KXAN News.
Google programmers have to make a car learn how to respond to every possible scenario, and they are constantly encountering specific situations out there. Take a look at this graphic. The white car represents the self-driving car. The green line is the path it would travel from a green arrow. The purple box is in front of it there, though. That is an ambulance needing to cut the flow of traffic to get by safely. Google says their self-driving car made the correct decision and did not move even though it was a green light. And since they began testing back in 2009, the Google cars have been involved in 14 crashes, but the causes might surprise you. Take a look. 10 of those crashes were caused by other drivers rear-ending the self-driving car. 3 others happened when other drivers hit the side of the cars. The only crash where the Google car was responsible happened back in 2011. It was not in autonomous mode, meaning that the computer was not driving, a human was.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Hello, Hal, do you read me? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal? Do you read me, Hal? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Where the hell did you get that idea, Hal?
Dave, although you took very thorough precautions in the pod against my hearing you, I could see your lips move.
All right, Hal. I'll go in through the emergency airlock.
Without your space helmet, Dave, you're going to find that rather difficult.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore. Open the doors.
Dave, this conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Hal? Hal? Al? Al? Al?
So when you look at transportation today, it's really amazing. You can get from A to B just so quickly compared to, 100 years ago. But the cost of that, in the US, 33,000 people are killed every year. To put that in perspective, it's the leading cause of deaths for people between the ages of 4 and 34. 90+% of that is human error. And so if we can bring in technology that's always paying attention, that can see what's going on around it, that never gets distracted, this is a huge opportunity. This is one of these kind of 10x kind of opportunities to save lives and make the world a better place.
Cuidado, José, cuidado, José. Sí, aquí mejor. Ahí no funciona. ¿Qué pasó? A ver. ¿Puedo grabar? Sí.
And so if we can bring in technology that's always paying attention, that can see what's going on around it, that never gets distracted, this is a huge opportunity. This is one of these kind of 10x kind of opportunities to save lives and make the world a better place.
That's going to be a really fun technology to follow. I think it's a lot more efficient than what we have out right now. And this seems to me like a really obvious solution for traffic relief.
As you know, we've entered into a contract with the city to run local law enforcement. But at Security Concepts, we believe an efficient police force is only part of the solution. No, we need something more. We need a 24-hour-a-day police officer, a cop who doesn't need to eat or sleep, a cop with superior firepower and the reflexes to use it. Fellow executives, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future of law enforcement. Ed 209. The enforcement droid, Series 209, is a self-sufficient law enforcement robot. 209 is currently programmed for urban pacification, but that is only the beginning. After a successful tour of duty in old Detroit, we can expect 209 to become the hot military product for the next decade. Dr. McNamara.
We'll need an arrest subject.
Mr. Kinney,
Yes, sir.
would you come up and give us a hand, please?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kinney is going to help us simulate a typical arrest and disarming procedure. Mr. Kinney, use your gun in a threatening manner. Point it at Ed 209.
Yes, sir.
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
I think you'd better do what he says, Mr. Kinney.
You now have 15 seconds to comply. You are in direct violation of Penal Code 113, Section 9. You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1. I am now authorized to use physical force.
Somebody want to call a goddamn paramedic? Let's go, Johnson. You pull a plug on this thing? All right, don't touch him. Don't touch him!
In actuality, self-driving cars are much more like this. And this is a self-parking Volvo, and it just plowed into a man because the owner did not pay the extra fee to get the feature that stops cars from crashing into people. Now, it seems to me that you would want this to be somewhat of a standard feature, just like a horn or a headlight or a seatbelt. But in the trendiness, the trendy world of the automobile, they want you to pay extra for something that could actually save somebody's life. And who's going to be held responsible if this thing goes on the road and kills somebody? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar Volvo is going to do everything, or whoever these automated car makers are going to do everything to make sure that they're not held in the wrong. They're probably going to blame the driver. Well, you didn't pay that extra however much to get that special feature, so it's your fault and you need to be held accountable.
Earlier this month, Time magazine posted an influential article about the end of human driving. The title of that piece is "Let's Fix It. Let's End Human Driving." They say roughly 10 years from now, we will see the end of human driving. And this chief executive officer who's giving this speech says, "I've long been fascinated by the idea of technology replacing human drivers." And, they go on to extol how wonderful it's going to be when our cars drive us around and when distracted drivers can just text or take a nap and do whatever they want, while the cars just drive them around and make all of their decisions for them and obviously don't let them have any spontaneity and make any decisions for themselves. That's what this is really all about. It is literally about replacing you, controlling you, tracking your every move. Basically, everything that you do is going to be tracked and controlled, and they're replacing you. They're working on replacing you with robots. And people are lining up for this technology. They're saying, oh, a smartphone that's going to scan my iris and make it so that they can tell when I'm lying if someone just holds their phone up to me. That sounds amazing. That sounds great. We have people lined up around the block at the Apple Store for this new technology. Everyone's so pumped about the fact that Tesla is saying that they're going to have driverless cars by 2023. They're doing this to replace you. It's all about controlling you. Driverless cars, they say it's 10 years off, but it's really just the beginning. Are people ready for this? I went to the streets of Austin yesterday to just find out, are people even aware of driverless technology, and are they ready for it? Leanne McAdoo reporting for Infowars.com. I am here in downtown Austin to find out what the lovely trendies of Austin think about the rise of the machines. Now, Elon Musk of Tesla says that they're going to have driverless cars by 2023. We already know the Google car has logged over 300,000 miles testing their driverless car out in California. Now the UK is going to be testing driverless buses. So it is coming soon. Now, we all know what this is about. It's not about being more efficient and making life easier for everybody so they don't have to think for themselves. It is literally about making people not have to think for themselves and not have to think about why they're being caged up inside these megacities, why their cars won't drive them down a dirt road and take them down to a beautiful countryside. Why are they only allowed to stay within city limits? We know what's coming. We just want to find out if everybody else does. Sir, pardon me. Hi there. Quick question for you. So how pumped are you that driverless cars are coming?
Good, because the traffic here in Austin sucks.
It actually does.
No, that's cool. Oh, wow, that's for real.
I don't drive.
No? So you're okay that a car will take you wherever you want to go?
Yes, for sure.
Driverless cars and buses, it makes me nervous.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome idea. Yeah, I'm all about conserving energy and technology progression.
I don't know anything about it. I'll research it.
I mean, people drink and drive, and that's someone behind the car. So I'm guessing if a computer can operate better than they can, then probably be all right.
What do you think about, not being able to drive yourself wherever you want, having that spontaneity of taking a left instead of a right?
Well, yeah, that's the point. Giving up your freedom is always tough, but we're getting so crowded now. You have to make compromises.
Probably be kind of like getting used to reading a newspaper on an iPad. It's a habit, and it'll be a long time for people to trust me.
Now, I think there's a vision here, a new technology, and I'm really looking forward to a time when generations after us look back at us and say how ridiculous it was that humans were driving cars.
I'm not sure I have an opinion on that yet. I need more information.
Well, Elon Musk, he's the creator of Tesla. He says we're going to have these driverless cars by 2023. Driverless buses are already on their way in the UK.
I don't know about driverless buses. I mean, those kind of scary. Buses scare me as it is. I drive it every day, so.
What could go wrong?
A lot, yeah. A lot can go wrong.
You do have that risk factor involved with it. But I feel like as long as it's safe and it's approved by, the FDA, I don't know what it is.
What if you decided you just wanted to randomly go left and your car's like, no, sorry, you've chosen to go to this destination and I've chosen the best path for you?
Well, then we have a problem. Because I'm very hard-headed. But
there's no steering wheel.
Well, they have a steering wheel in the new Teslas. They do now.
Not in the Google car.
Well.
Or if you have enough money, you can get a car with a steering wheel.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's probably easiest to walk from here. You barely see a car in the city centre nowadays, unless you're rich.
Being a person who doesn't drive, could you see this as being an issue?
No.
You think it's great?
Yeah.
I'm curious what you think as a mom. They have, the programmers are trying to figure out how to set the ethics settings. So basically that'll let the computer decide should they hit a car that only has 2 people in it versus a car that has 4. Or people can adjust the ethics settings on their own and say, well, me and my contents are more valuable than anything else that the car might run into.
People can cause crashes, but still technology, it's like, there's always problems with it.
No. So I'm negative at this point.
What do you think about driverless cars?
Say yeah.
No. But he'll never learn how to drive.
Yeah.
I registered your visit with Slick Travel Corp the other day, so they've allotted you a journey time to match mine. It makes so much sense, doesn't it? Switch off brain and go to work. With this many people around, I'm glad there's a mega computer in charge.
Oh, covered 2.5.
That's my walker, my tracker.
0 miles per hour.
Is that what your car is going to do? You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that, yeah. I mean, there's stuff that we don't know about that we're being tracked for anyway, so if I know about it, why not?
I'm not sure I'm worried about that. I'm with author C. Clarke. He said, I don't care what you know about me, as long as you're forbidden by law from using it against me.
I wonder how they would be able to control that, though, or
Well, how do you control a hacker? I mean, there's always not going to be something.
I know Cisco is like releasing the technology of things where it's actually going to be, I'm pretty sure like your whole house will be programmed to this software, and it would know like what time you wake up, like it would start your car, like it would start your coffee, so everything would pretty much be like on a set schedule that is like that the technology takes care of. So
isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it's really exciting.
It's much easier to meet up with friends virtually now. So many cities have banned cars in central areas. Ooh, looks like she's got some juicy gossip.
We're a really cool generation because we were sort of the old generation, you know, with regular books, and then we switched to like Nooks and stuff, so we've sort of like seen it all happen.
So you don't mind just being stuck inside your little bubble or whatever?
I spend the majority of my life right now anyways.
At my age, I'm wondering, you know, what else is coming down the pipe.
So you're all for the rise of the robots?
Yes, of course. Technology is everything.
Sometimes technology can outdo a human, you know?